10,000 hours. It takes 10,000 hours to become an expert or professional at something. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show, ladies and gentlemen. This show is for blacks. This video is for black kids because I plotted out my life out at the ripe old age of 11. This video is for black teens. So you can decide today what you really want in life and what you really want to become in life. You can decide right today. This video is for black parents. So you're not afraid to talk to your children about things you don't happen to know about. So many black parents get intimidated by their children's homework or learning or schooling, things that they don't know about themselves. Recall the story of the black homeless woman that forced her child to study and get straight A's and who got into Harvard and Yale. It wasn't, I'm sure she wasn't, and she did not graduate from high school. I believe she had a 6th grade education. Almost nearly none of the people we look at today as amazing, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, the Beatles, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. We all look at them and say, "Oh wow, they're so amazing." But most of those people didn't do one thing: graduate from college. You do not need college at all. At all. A lot of the billionaires today, walking around today, did not go to college, did not graduate high school. How about that one? Did not graduate high school. Even engineers. You know, they say you have to go to college to be an engineer. Definitely. There are many engineers today who did not even graduate high school. In fact, most of the inventions that are from engineering perspectives or planned out by engineers were created and invented by people who did not graduate high school. I know you know a lot of black inventors who not only didn't graduate high school, they had almost no schooling themselves at all, no formal education. They did it all by themselves. College is a complete and utter lie. College is now designed to do one thing: to make money for the college. That's the people surrounding the college, people investing in the college, and people teaching at the college. Even the college itself does not give you or convey learning to you. It is now used as a stepping stone for very lazy employers who don't want to take the time to do any extensive background checks themselves or reference checks. So instead of, imagine if you would, you're an employer. Instead of you doing an extensive reference check, calling the people, meeting the people who are referencing the person you want to hire, instead of doing that, you just put on an application, you hand out an application, which was not the way to be done. Before you showed up, you had a letter of recommendation, and somebody came in your place to recommend you to be hired. That's how it was done before. There was no application, no cold application with just facts on it. But people don't want to. People in lower jobs, I guarantee you, in the higher jobs, they still do that. You still have to have a letter of recommendation. You have to be introduced. That's what we call the old boy network. That's how the old boy network works. You have to be introduced and have a letter of recommendation. But now they don't do that. You just say, "Oh, I have this piece of paper, and this piece of paper says," what does it say? It said, "I have the bare minimum hours practice in this. So many well-meaning black parents say black people need education. My children need education. My children need education. But what they don't understand is today's education is failing not just black people, but everybody. It is failing us. Why? Because it is not designed to create thinking, learned, look that word up if you don't know it, people. It's designed to create drones. People who don't know enough and don't think enough to think for themselves. You will never get an inventor from going to high school, from graduating from high school, from graduating from college. You will never get an inventor like that. But I want to talk about 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours, there is a saying that an expert is created with 10,000 hours of practice. So what does that mean? That literally means that you, child, you, teenager, you, adult, can pick up something brand new that you've never seen before or even heard of before and get enough books and workbooks and practice books, dedicate 10,000 hours to it, which is roughly 10 years, and you come out on the other side an expert. There's people who say that there is no such thing as talent. I believe that's true, and I want to get through this video. I'm of course editing out all the stuff that that you'll never see. I don't know if you could tell, I'm very sick. I believe it's true that there is no such thing as talent. I myself have trained a woman who said she was tone deaf, and I took her from that state to giving a solo performance of an hour, performing many songs, singing. It was then that I said, you know what, it is not a case of talent or anything like that. It's a case of practice. And I practiced. She didn't even pay me. I practiced with her an hour a day, went through the scales, went through everything, and at the end of it, I said, okay, let's have a little recital. And I organized a recital and put her on for the recital, a little talent show. I was in a talent show, of course. But she got standing ovations. You know, she was a pretty girl too, but she, at the end of it, she could sing very well. In the area of dance, I've said, you know, once I was in a dance company, and after a certain amount of hours, I said, you know what, this is silly. This is ridiculous. All you need to do is to practice dance technique, and you will be hailed as one of the primary dancers in the entire world. So, dance, singing, business, acting, this is all true. Business. There are many people with 6th grade educations who are now billionaires in the world. I don't think people understand, and I have to get through this video. All right. I will make more on this subject later. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.